Hey everyone, this is Austin Schur here with We Write About Music, and today I'm speaking with Annalise. She has just shared her newest single titled My Kind of Problem, and I am super excited to talk to her all about it. Annalise, thank you so much for coming on today. How are you doing?
Hi, how are you? I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Thank you for being here. I'm really happy to talk to you because every good single deserves an explanation.
Yeah, we hope.
So,
Yeah, we like to know where they come from.
yeah. Just whatever's out there, I want to hear all about, basically. First thing I really want to talk about is the lyrics. Obviously you can make the connections within the lyricism, but I want to hear from you. What is sort of the overarching message that you're trying to get across with this track?
So basically, it's just you keep on going back to this toxic person because you just keep it's your problem because you keep going back to them, but you shouldn't be going back to them, basically.
Yeah,
I feel like a lot of people go through that, and I know I've done it, but I feel like that's where everyone relates at the end of the day, that's where it comes down to. So
I
it's
get
my
it. I've been
it's
there.
my kind of
I'm
problem.
I'm guilty myself. It's to the point where it's just like it's bad for you, but something keeps drawing you back, even though your internal person is telling you no.
Exactly. That's exactly what happens. I feel like everyone's guilty of it at least once in their life. So I feel like it's a
That's
good
true.
topic to talk about.
Well, I hope I'm not overstepping my bounds here, but does writing a song about such a topic hopefully prevent you from doing those things in the future?
I would say it should. I mean, right now I'm very happy with what's going on in my life. So I
Good,
feel like
good.
I feel like I should be taking my own advice. So yes.
Nice. I mean, if you're ever considering not, just there's a great new song that you can listen to. It's by this girl named
Gotcha.
Annalise, and
Always take your own advice, children. Like
there you
literally.
go. There you go. Let's talk about the production here, because putting aside the message for just a moment, the song itself is fantastic. It sounds great. But there's like seemingly like infinite cool effects going on in it, and it's really just a pleasure to listen to on a nice pair of headphones. So, what I want to know from you is how did it all come together? Who's involved, and what can you say about it?
I worked with a very good producer out of Canada. His name is Elijah Woods. He is actually popping off on TikTok right now.
Oh
He
yeah,
is, yeah, he's been doing really well for himself. I'm very proud of
nice.
him. He's doing really good. Um, um yeah, so I went to his house. I kind of just DM'd him. I'm like, hey, are you doing productions for anyone right now? And he's like, yeah, let's write a song. And so I just went to his house in Ontario, drove there. We wrote two songs. My first single, Goodbyes, and
Hey,
his song is the last one that we wrote together, and the rest is history. Kind of, he was just like, we both kind of went through similar things, so we are just like,
sure,
what can we write about this? And then the production, we just kind of like the 80s vibe to it, and kind of like the
totally.
more west coast kind of chill vibe.
It is wild what you can accomplish with a random DM these days. That's
I
no,
know.
seriously, that's crazy. Because you're not the first person to say that, but at the same time, like it has to be an honor on their end at the same time. You know what I mean? People are listening to their work, they're absorbing it, and obviously it's positive. And it's like the equivalent of like, how would you react if someone sent you a message like that?
Oh, exactly. Like I would freak out. Like when my first song came out, some girl told me I helped her break up with her toxic ex-boyfriend after she heard my song. And I was like, what?
Oh, damn.
I'm like, what did I just do?
Yeah,
Okay. I'm like, but I mean I helped someone, and that's the point of why I do music, is
that's amazing.
got to help. If you can help someone in any way, if they hear something that they resonate with and it helps them through a hard time, I feel like that's the best time that you're doing your job properly.
Totally. You got to utilize that star power. That's really cool though. So yeah, I was gonna say I really enjoyed the first single as well, and I definitely noticed similarities in the production. So I'm not surprised to know that it's coming from the same
Yeah.
person. Is this, not to talk too far into the future because I want to keep the focus on this single, but you obviously have to be looking towards the future and planning on that end. Is I can only assume this is something what you want to keep around for further works.
Oh yeah, I'm there's something coming in 2022. Yes. I
Okay,
was like,
good. I
wait,
was like,
should
better
I
not
was
be
like,
2023.
I was just like, wait. I was like, what year are we in? I feel like with pandemic, it's gone so crazy with your years,
What are years? What are years anyway?
honestly. So yeah, in 2022, very excited. Some good things are happening.
Very cool.
So that's adding to the story of what my kind of problem is.
Nice. And without giving too much away, are you going to be looking to experiment in sound, or you think you've sort of found what you're looking for in terms of, you know, genre or path?
I would say I love it changes every song. Like I get
Oh,
inspired by
that's
so
good.
much different music that sometimes it goes more electronic, but sometimes it goes completely rock.
But I think
So
at the same time, that probably has to do with the actual context of the music, right?
oh, exactly. So yes, I love experimenting with different types of sound all the time. It's always been my favorite thing. Like
Mhm.
when it comes to production, like I like putting odd sounds into my music. Like for example, a song we did, and I have the sound of a high heels clicking down a hallway, but I sampled my own shoes just walking around my
There you
house.
go.
So just little weird things that you wouldn't expect, you know?
But that's where
So
the
yeah,
pure artistry comes
experimenting,
out.
yes. Yeah, exactly.
That's when things get nuts. And yeah, I was gonna say I notice a lot of similarities to, you know, people that are also in similar genres as you, but you've also done this great job of diversifying yourself and adding in little like bits and glimmers of things that make your music you. So what I'd love to know is, are you taking inspirations from people that you listen to? Are you taking those inspirations and trying to run with something yourself? Are you actively trying to do something completely different?
Honestly, it's a little I just like being myself because I feel like you're the only person of your own in
Yeah,
this world. So be yourself. And I feel like when it comes to taking inspiration, I didn't realize how much inspiration I took from some of the artists that I've loved since I was a child until
totally.
I finished some of my projects. I was like, why does that sound like something I know? Like I was like, for example, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Dido. I was like,
Oh,
why
yeah.
does that
Kidding me?
sound like I was like, why does that sound like Dido? Like my mother told me, she's like, that sounds like Dido. That's so weird. I
That's
was
cool
like,
though.
it's no, but you don't realize it when you write the song and then you hear the whole
Sure,
song
sure.
back and you're like, huh, wow, who
That's
knew that would
the
come out
best
in your
Dido
music?
track I've ever heard.
I was like, whoa, like just even just a simple run, like in your voice, you're just like, that comes
Yeah,
from a song that you heard from when you were a little girl.
totally. Well,
Yeah.
okay, so I mean, as far as making music, is it safe to say that you're relatively new to releasing official music, correct?
I've been releasing music since March of 2021. Okay, yes. So
Ah,
it's
so
it's not been long.
you're a
It really
seasoned
hasn't been
veteran
long.
and a seasoned vet in pandemic times. Then.
I am the product of an independent artist from a pandemic.
Good for you, first off, for actually using that creative power. I'm serious.
Thank you.
You would not believe the amount of people that I talk to, just I mean, not like in this context, but just normal people who don't have the energy to do a lot of anything outside of their normal jobs and normal life. So for you to take that built up energy and, you know, try to blast off a music career from it, I give you snaps.
Well, thank you. I think it was my only coping mechanism. Honestly, I needed to
Totally.
write something to get it out of. Like, I feel like a lot of people dealt with death, like as myself, just during the
Yeah,
pandemic. Like, it's been so hard, and this is my only way to escape that and be like, this is how you're gonna cope with it, and you're gonna put out this body of work into the world and be like, this explains why you are the person you are.
totally. And look at you. You're making people break up with their boyfriends.
I was just like, shit. What's going
Amazing.
on? But
Um,
at least we did something. Don't date toxic people.
there you go. There you go. I'm sure it was for the best. Seriously though, I have to assume that there was a turning point for you where you obviously we all have enjoyed music our entire lives. So I want to know, was there a specific album in your life that you either listened to that sort of sparked your love for music or even, you know, kind of turned you into wanting to make something for yourself?
Hmm. I would say I've always been a fan of sad music. I actually had a very good conversation with my friend last night. I was like, I don't like happy music. Like, I don't know. It's not me.
Oh, I feel you.
That's weird because that's not my
Yeah,
personality. So I would say the writing, like the way it was written, is read by Taylor Swift. That just
sure. Classic.
wow, wow. Like that's the best breakup album I think I've ever heard. Still to this day. That's why I can't.
Yeah,
Oh, so good.
I get it.
Anyway, so I would say that Julia Michaels' first EP, which was amazing. Like she has a song, I happy. Is like, I just want to be fucking happy. I'm like, you know what? And she's just so honest about it. I
Right.
feel like it's more songs than albums, honestly. Sasha Sloan's Only Child, that one
Okay.
that just recently came out in 2020 during the pandemic, and it embodies what an only child is like. I'm an only child. So I was like, this is to a T what it feels like. The
There you go.
loneliness of what it's like to be an only child, even though you have your parents, you just don't have siblings, you know?
Sure. No, I like that. I like that it's a little bit of everything and it's not just one person that sparked that for you. Because it's a lifelong thing. It's whatever your parents had playing in the car. It's
Oh my
whatever
God.
pops up on your playlist. It's a little bit of, even stuff that you may not even consciously know. Like
Oh
Dido.
yeah. Dido, Sting, Peter
Random song.
Gabriel, Harry Connick Jr.
Yeah. There you go.
Like everything plays through my house. Every single room in my house has a different radio station on.
That's cool. I like that.
We don't like quiet.
No, quiet makes you think about things, and you don't want to think about things. So,
Because
true. So I want to know a little bit more about your process as a musician. How does it start for you? I know that for a lot of people, it can either start with a lyric that pops into your head, or a guitar riff that you're thinking of, or even just tapping on the desk. How does it go for you?
mostly it comes out of something that I hear someone say, an
Okay.
expression that I find comical, having a conversation with someone, and then I just write it down. And then when I go into a writing session, I'm like, I know this is what I could write about. Like experiences that have happened in my life. For example, like as a kid, not having many friends and going back to that time in your brain and then putting yourself in that situation again to write something for how you would have felt when you were that little girl and you didn't have anyone to talk to.
Sure.
So I would say very much personal experience. I just write them down on my phone. And then when I go into a session, there's a lot of crying involved. It's like kind of like heart operation. Like,
That's
you know, when you're playing
great.
operation as a kid, like
Yeah.
it's like that. That's why I can describe a writing session, because you need to be honest. If you're not honest, you're not gonna have a good song because you weren't honest with yourself.
Thank you. I fully agree. I mean, no, seriously. Like as someone who listens to music quite often, you can always tell the fakeness in artists that are just manufacturing stories that you know aren't true. But the real passion from people that have lived through things comes through in the vocals. And you can always tell no matter what.
Exactly. Like my song Talk, I changed the narrative. I was like, usually people's like, stop talking about me. I was like, no, go talk about me. I don't really care. I'm
There
like,
you
keep
go.
my name in your mouth, because
Exactly.
I'm just like, keep talking. It's making me more money. I don't really care. Like
There you go.
I
That's what it's all
my
about.
life been happy. Change the
I
narrative. Make
agree.
it a little more clever.
So now that you're at this point where you're, consistently putting out music, you're planning into the future and you're doing the damn thing. Do you have a plan to potentially get out there and start playing shows? I know
Yes.
that's tough. I know that's tough because of recurring lockdowns and who knows what's going on, but I mean it seems like it's something that you're gonna do in the future.
Oh gosh, I can't wait to get back on a stage. That's where I feel like I
Yeah.
thrive the most. Is that's where I get my adrenaline rush. I
Yes.
like I'm not there's some artists that play a show and then they can go to bed right after. I can't. I'm up for 4.5 hours just like, whoa! like like you know what I mean? Like I'm
Yeah,
just like that was just too energizing for me. But I just can't wait to go back and perform. So
totally.
hopefully I'm in Montreal, Canada right now.
Nice.
That's like where I'm based. So the laws keep changing.
Yeah,
There is passport vaccine right now, so you have to get your card scanned every time you go into a venue of any sort.
good.
So there's been controversy about that, and so every venue has their own policies
Yeah, that
and
makes sense.
capacity. So hopefully soon, and I'm planning on it, but God knows anything can change at any given moment at this point.
Yeah. I get it. I get it. And it sucks, but it's true.
I can't wait though. I can't wait. You just have to visualize and be like, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
All right. So then, speaking of visualizing and hypotheticals here, let's say that you have a show planned a year from now. Let's just say you've got an album's worth of songs out at this point, and the venue manager says, "Hey, we're super excited to have you, but you can only play one song." Which song are you picking to really wow the crowd and create fan for life?
Does it have to be released already?
I mean, if you have something in mind that isn't, please.
I would say, God, that's such a hard question, my Lord. I would say my song, well, my manager's gonna kill me. Anyway, user friendly. I wrote the song with a good friend of mine called Scott Maletta, and that song, there's something about it. There's like this kind of like spark in it. It has such a good message. It's sad as hell, but it gives you the sadness yet the frustration of it all. So that I don't know. There's something addicting about the song
that's awesome.
Just I don't know. Like I can't wait for everyone to hear it because
I don't think you haven't given too much away.
Oh my God. It's just it does something to me.
Nice. Well, I mean, if anything, people should be super excited now.
Oh my gosh.
I'm excited.
It's gonna be it's gonna be fun, but My Kind of Problem is a great song, and I can't wait for everyone to hear that one because that one's it's like a song you get to jam in your car,
Yeah, and everyone needs that song. Spending so much time happy in our car. I agree. So, okay, another hypothetical for you, and you've sort of touched on this a little bit. What does the next year of your life look like?
Let me think. So, I would say hopefully traveling into the United States back again. I am able to, if I'm able to do that. So come to California, see some of my friends. Yeah, exactly. I haven't been there since I was 18. It's been a while now. And come there, work for a bit, like writing music with some amazing people. Like some of my good friends are all out there, so that would be fun. South by Southwest is happening, hopefully, so that would be really great. Never been. Apparently, it's amazing.
I've also never been, but I would like to go.
It sounds like so much fun. So just traveling, basically, writing more music, getting more content out there, connecting with people, kind of hopefully having life back together, playing shows, doing festivals. Like, I think that's the hardest thing since the pandemic is not seeing people. I just want to hug someone. I feel like that's one thing I can't wait is to hug someone.
You don't realize how much you miss hugs until you're not consistently getting hugs. It's a real problem. It's a real problem.
It's a real thing. So yeah, my next year plan is I want to be able to hug someone.
Wow. Write it down. I think you can make it happen. Someone that isn't your mom or your dad.
Exactly. Exactly.
Awesome. So, okay, because we're a music blog, and we're always trying to promote and prop up amazing independent artists, I feel like you've got a great community of artists that you can shout out. Who can you talk about that's also doing big things? People that they should listen to them and just get their name out there.
Okay. Mimika. I love my friend Mimika out of Toronto. She's amazing. Great singer-songwriter. Pop. She just graduated from Berklee School of Music.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, she's absolutely amazing. It's actually very funny. The reason we became friends is because we have the same speaking voice and we're able to trick our parents.
What? Well, what are you tricking your parents for?
Just we wanted to see if it would work, and it works. Because we have the speaking voice, so we can call either one of our parents and see, are they going to know what's us? Or we're very silly like that.
Sometimes you get bored.
Pardon?
Sometimes you get bored and you just got to do that.
You're in the middle of a pandemic. What are you supposed to do? So Mimi, Tequila, she's out of Hamilton, Ontario, or no, Brampton. I could be wrong. Anyway, she's amazing. She has some great music out. My friend Audrey, she's out of Montreal. She's absolutely amazing. We have the same managers. Absolutely amazing artist. She's very like R&B soul. She, wow, that's someone to watch. Amazing songwriter. Who else is up? Chris Gray. Chris Gray out of Toronto. He's a
Cool.
Juno nominee. He just doing absolutely amazing things. He's a producer, a songwriter, an artist himself, doing some crazy things. Rachel Dara. This person, I swear, is someone to watch. She's 14 years old.
Damn.
Voice, I know. 14 years old. Already started an album. And it writes the most amazing songs and has such a voice. She's gonna be like the next Bonnie Raitt, I tell you. Like this girl,
Oh,
there's
wow.
something like that's a sentence, but
Yeah, that's huge.
wow. Like that's yeah, I can't say anything nicer about this girl. Such a kind soul. All these people are so talented in their own ways, in different ways that makes them so special that I feel like they need to have more recognition. The Pistol Whips out of Saskatchewan, Saskatoon, great band, rock, post-punk, amazing. Actually, is my brother-in-law, kind of like he's in our
Okay.
family. So I'm like absolutely incredible.
This is amazing.
Amazing.
I've got all this musical homework to get to now. Thank you.
Oh, Telecast out of Los Angeles, doing
Telecast.
amazing.
Sounds
Yes,
sort of familiar.
yes, they're a DJ group. We
Okay.
work together on a lot of my album. They just got their first top 10 on Billboard
Oh,
with
damn.
Nobody to Love with Lauren Gray. Independent.
Yeah.
They have another song with Sam Gray that's doing fantastic. They popped up on TikTok. Oh gosh, I could keep going. I love music so much that I could keep going about all the music that I listen to, man.
We'll bring it back specifically for a Who Should We Be Listening to?
I was like, I could give you a whole list. Clay and Friends out of Quebec. Like,
That's
oh my God.
awesome. All right, Annalise, I have one more question to ask you here, and it's how I like to close this all up. The question is basically, for those that are going to discover you from this, and for those that are going to listen to all of your music for the first time, what is an opening message that you would like to say to them?
Hi, I'm sad, and I like to write music about it, and I hope I can help you. Nice to meet you.
I'm sold. Where do I
It sounds
listen?
like the worst sales pitch, but I was like,
Oh, I've heard worse. I've heard all the worst. No, seriously though, I am sold, and honestly, my kind of problem, everyone should be listening to it, and I'm not just saying that. I sincerely, truly mean that. And I really do thank you so much for taking the time out of your day. I'm really happy that we can make this work. This has been a great conversation.
This has been a wild conversation. Thank you so much for having me.
You're so welcome. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. We'll definitely be talking soon, and I will have a close eye on what's going on, because it sounds like big things are on the way from you in the coming months and years.
Yes, I'm very excited. Very, very excited. Thank you so much for having me.
You're very welcome. Have a great day. Talk to you later.
Stay safe and stay vaccinated.
Yeah, you heard her.
Yeah.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much.